Hi, today I'm going to be talking about perfume bottles that I own. I wrote here full bottles, but one of them is only a 10 ml. It's basically perfumes I own that aren't just samples. This is a little treat to myself as it's my birthday week and I've been super duper overwhelmed with my thesis and other work, so this is a little de-stressor. The first one that I chose to talk about is Deep Garden by Zara. This is the 10 ml I was talking about. It's simple but quite lovely. It has tonka and it's one of the notes I pick up like right away, but it's also super inoffensive. It's super flowery. I love it. My sister says it's quite similar to Springtime in a Park, although I disagree. She loves Springtime in a Park, by the way. Also, Zara perfume. Everyone says it's bad and stuff, but I quite like their stuff. It stays on your skin. It doesn't smell like alcohol at any point whatsoever. It's very nice and it's very affordable. Anyways, its main accords are sweet, which I'm not sure if I agree. Then it's tuberose. I'm not really sure what tuberose means. Vanilla, fruity, white floral, amber, aquatic, aromatic, fresh, and green. I smell the white floral really well. No, don't really smell the fruity or the vanilla, but I do smell the white floral and the greens very well. It's also a very fresh perfume. Once again, super nice if you want to be, you know, smell nice, but for yourself. It's super simple as well. Its top note is pear, middle note is tuberose, base note is tonka. I love tonka. Pear depends how it's blended into the perfume. I hate most Ariana Grande perfumes, even though most of them have pear. I think my problem is that they're super duper sweet. Like most of them have whipped cream or that's really sweet stuff that I dislike a lot. Then it's see-through Black Beauty. My sister gave this to me. It's a 50 ml. I don't really like it, but she doesn't really like it either. It smells really old, but I think it's because it has gone bad. But it kind of reminds me of an older lady. I don't know what this is about. It's warm, spicy, amber, woody, powdery. I do not smell the powderiness at all. Nor the floral, maybe the patchouli. It's described as sweet, which it absolutely isn't, vanilla and balsamic. I think it's the amber accord that makes it smell ladylike. I have no idea. Its top notes are spicy notes, whatever that means, and citruses, once again, whatever that means. I think that's my problem with this perfume. It doesn't exactly have top notes that distinguish themselves. One thing is having spicy notes, another thing is having pepper and other spices. Same goes with citruses, they probably just used poor quality stuff here. Experimental notes are orchid and vanilla. I hate vanilla, by the way, but I don't smell it here. Base notes are amber, sandalwood, and patchouli. Then this is one of my favorites. Like I got a sample of this and I loved it. So I stalked the website and followed their Instagram to see when they do a sale. This is HW White Floral and Tonka Bean by Intenso. Intenso is a Portuguese brand. I think they're based in Braga. I'm not sure. I'd love to go there. Like go in store. They also have like perfume classes and stuff. But yeah, I had the sample. I loved it. I still have the sample. I stopped using it because I have the full bottle. But I use the sample as like if I put this on at home, I'll take the sample with me to respray. I don't really need it because this lasts quite well. But yeah, I got the sample. I loved it. Stalked their social media. Turns out they don't do a lot of sales because it's a small brand in Portugal, and how things are over here. People need to put bread in their table, so it makes sense that they wouldn't do a lot of sales. But I got it, I think, for 20% off, which is also the discount they made on Black Friday. So that's the best you'll find with these like small house indie brands. But I love it, and I bought my perfume. I told my sister, "Hey, I Intes was doing a sale. I bought the perfume I really wanted," and she was like, "Okay, you're going to buy me one as well." I think she got lime and mimosa. I think she says hers smells like frolicking in flowers, which is nice. Anyways, enough rambling. Its main accords are white floral, vanilla, which I don't really smell the vanilla. A lot of these are tagged as vanilla when I don't smell it. I think my problem with vanilla is when it's like really, really strong. Then it's warm, spicy, sweet, almond, cacao, citrus, coffee, tuberose, and powdery. I don't really see it as powdery, but oh well. Its top notes are almond, coffee, and bergamot. I don't really smell them because they're pretty well blended, but sometimes I get a little whiff of coffee, which is really nice. Middle notes are jasmine, sambac, tuberose, and orris. Um, I think the tonka bean just overpowers most of this because I see white florals. I catch white florals as really almost not there notes, whereas tonka is quite overpowering. Uh, but I do really like the combination of white florals overall and tonka. It happens with this perfume. It happens with Zara Deep Garden. I really like it. Anyways, its base notes are tonka, cacao, and vanilla. Didn't know this one had vanilla. Anyways, I love it. I no, vanilla is not noticeable at all. Sometimes I do smell the cacao, but it's not offensive. I do like this, and the tonka is noticeable and wonderful. Once again, love, love, love this perfume. Boucheron 4, which I got a full bottle of for like 60-70% off, which was wonderful as well. I also got this. It was like I used the sample. I really liked the sample. The sample was done, and I was like, oh, I don't want to be without this because important. It's funny because uh, the first time I took a whiff of the sample, I really thought it smelled like an old lady, but I've since grown to understand that often first whiffs and last whiffs of a sample don't really count. Perfume doesn't stay really well in sample bottles, and what happened was probably something weird with the sample, and so I didn't like it. Anyways, if you really love a first whiff of a sample or a last whiff of a sample, do not buy the perfume based off of that. If I did that, I would have bought Flower by Kenzo, which I absolutely uh, hate. It smells like baby powder. I absolutely hate it. Anyways, going back to Boucheron, I smelled the. I used the sample. I loved it, uh, and I was like, damn, I don't want to go without this for the rest of my life. And so I went on Nutino. I looked at it, and the full bottle was like base price 100 and something. And I was like, what the fuck? Perfume is expensive. Because I was also really getting into perfume at that point. I had gotten COVID recently. That's what made me categorize all the samples I had because I was like, oh, I didn't lose my sense of scent. I this is I think a sign that I should I don't know care more about scent. It's that whole oh what I could have lost. And my sister had a stash of samples and she didn't really care about them. I also had a little stash of samples, so I got a shit ton of samples. Anyways, going back to Boucheron, and I got on Latino. I saw its base price was like 100 and something. There's like, what the fuck is that? I'm not spending that much money on a perfume. But it was the full bottle was on sale at like 50 or 40. It was on sale to the point that it was cheaper than the 50 ml, which was also on sale. So yeah, I bought it. I was really happy. It was the first time I bought from Nutino. I also bought two discovery boxes, sorry, that I also really adored. One of these perfumes I'm going to talk about next was also in one of those discovery bottle boxes, but I quite like this. This smells wonderful. I smell it. I spray this on when I want to I don't not be as offensive, because although white flower and tonka bean by Intenso is quite nice, I do feel that it wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea, and it's also kind of androgynous, whereas Boucheron 4 is more so soft and doesn't really exude from me. Anyways, its main accords are citrus, fruity, white floral. I don't really smell the fruitiness here, but there are some fruits in the notes that I know. But it comes off more as a mix with white florals and citruses. It's also described as being sweet. I don't agree. Musky? What the hell? Powdery? Absolutely not. I mean, maybe. Fresh, rose, and woody. I do catch the rose. I think the rose was the note that was out the most when I smelled this and thought it was old lady like, because I really associate old ladies with rose smells. Anyways, its top notes are grapefruit, tangerine, lemon, and orange, which I think I don't. Maybe I do smell them, but I see citrus in perfume as like salt in a cookie, because I don't really tend to smell it, but it's something that brings a little zhuzh to the perfume. Middle notes are jasmine, apple, big strawberry, rose, and peach. I think I smelled the rose. I think I smelled jasmine. Yeah, I think I do. If I try very hard, I can also smell the apple. Base notes are white musk, cashmere, cedar, vanilla, and caramel. Overall, I'd say that this perfume is very well blended, so you can't really pick out most notes individually. This perfume is something, I quite like this. It's something. I do. I really like it. Then there's My Burberry, which was the perfume got in a I got a sample in the discovery set, and I used it and I liked it, and I was super sad at that that day, and the full bottle was like 60% off or something, and I was like, well, you know what? I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm gonna buy it. Then there was a whole problem with my PayPal because it wasn't working with, like, the payment went through, but Nutino didn't catch it. And I was super stressed, and I also had a driver's class. It was awful. It was a bad time in my life. Anyways, I do quite like this perfume. Um, it's subtle and also wonderful when I don't want people to really smell me. Kind of like Boucheron 4. Yeah, I quite like this. It's also a very big bottle. I don't really know if I like the bottle itself. Like, I prefer bottles like Boucherons or White Floral and Tonka Bean by Intenso. This one is very blocky, and I'm not sure if I really like it. Anyways, its main accords are floral, which I do get a lot. This is a floral perfume 100%. Sweet, citrus, rose, fruity, fresh, spicy, aromatic, and green. I don't really get the fresh spice, nor the fruits. I'm not sure if I get the sweet either. Maybe. Maybe I get the sweet. The top notes are sweet pea, bergamot, mandarin orange, grapefruit, and lemon. I think you can see here that top notes are quite similar to Boucheron's. I think that's why I bought this perfume. It's kind of similar to Boucheron, however, it's still quite different. It doesn't have that like fanciness that Boucheron has. Anyways, its middle notes are quince, which I haven't. That looks like a marmel, but I'm not sure. Freesia, geranium, peach, green notes, gardenia, and passion fruit. It's okay. This one is also, I'd say, well blended. I don't get any peach, maybe some green notes, maybe some gardenia. Base notes are damask rose, patchouli, musk, leather, and violet. I'm not sure I get any of these other than rose and perhaps leather. Anyways, My final one is also the oldest I have, other than See-Through, which was my sister's, so it's not really mine, but she doesn't want it, and I'll use it, so. It's very musky. I bought it because I usually have like a masculine perfume with me, as in my collection of perfume, which usually comprises of two perfumes, maybe three if you count the small one. It's everyday perfume. Well, it did before I really got into perfume, but it was an everyday perfume, a masculine perfume, and a small perfume to have in my purse. Just so when I went out, I could like spray myself and stuff. The regular everyday was regular everyday, and the masculine everyday was whenever I was feeling more masculine or something. I'd have the perfume to like mask me up. You know what I mean? It's pretty basic. It smells like you think it smells like the juice is blue, like extremely blue. The bottle doesn't, the photo doesn't really do it justice. It's more of a aquatic blue, and it's like if you're not careful, your white stuff will get blue. Um, but I like it. It's There's something nice in simplicity. You know what I mean? Like Zara Deep Garden is also quite simple. There's something nice about having a simple little perfume that has like a couple notes, and that's it. Like I don't know, I like it. Its main accords are aquatic, which I do get a lot. Citrus, musky, also very musky. Patchouli, fresh, woody, powdery, not powdery at all. Fresh, spicy, warm, spicy, and earthy. Maybe earthy, I get. Maybe. Its top notes are bergamot, middle notes are watery notes, and base notes are musk and patchouli. I do quite like this perfume. And yeah, those are all the like bottles of perfume on my own. I do have a bunch of samples. Once again, I've been super tired, and this is a little distressor for me. It's my birthday in a couple days. Maybe when you see this, it's already my birthday. I wanted to maybe I'll sit on the video and then publish it on my birthday. But yeah, I've been really tired. Haven't been sleeping very well. Work, like school, has been kicking my ass. And so talking about perfume is a really good de-stressor, and these dumb little videos are also a really good de-stressor because I just sit and talk and don't really think about what I say, and then I put it out, and that's that. I'm also really happy with my perfume collection. It may seem a little excessive to some people, but I don't know. It's nice to have variety, and it's not to a point that it's overwhelming. Like I have two florals, maybe three if you count Tonka. Not counting Deep Garden because this doesn't really go into the place into my everyday perfumes. It's for whenever I'm out and about. But yeah, I have two florals. I have a spicy, I have masculine, and I have a whatever the fuck see-through like beauties. I'm happy with my collection. I'm not sure if I'd well, I'd like to have a few more. I've been eyeing Fresh Couture by Moschino for a long time. I had a sample, I used it up. I do like it a lot. It's what I like in a perfume, but I'm not sure if I'll get it anytime soon because with inflation and stuff, even with money coming in, it's like I'd rather spend it on something else. And yeah, overall, I'm happy with my perfume. I don't know why I went on that trend. Yeah, yeah.